A study by the University of Pretoria has revealed that strong community policing forums in high-risk cities can help curb crime. Now, the study collected data across 9 different police stations around Johannesburg, and it found that a police-community partnership closes that gap by establishing a working relationship and deep engagement between the two. Let's unpack the findings with the lead author of that study. It's called The Importance of a Community Police Study. Dr. Mary Mangai is with the University of Pretoria. Doc, it's great to see you. And this is not new, isn't it? If we think back to the days of apartheid, when street committees were the way in which we came to terms with crime in various areas back then.
Thank you. Good morning to you. Good morning to your viewers, and thank you for having me. So you're definitely right. The issue of community policing has been in existence quite a while, but the strategy has actually eroded over the time. So you would see that people are continually becoming individualistic, and the essence of communal gathering, communal sharing, communal ways of doing things, the relational way that we could have done things to get it even more effective, it has eroded us as a nation and as a society. And I think that there's a need now, and based also on the way and the report and the findings that we got from our research, it shows that policing by the police alone is not effective in that sense. Reasons being that police cannot be everywhere. Mm-hmm. They don't have the numbers to be everywhere in the community. So we did find that there are important role players, important stakeholders in the community. Even the citizens themselves are important role players. We have other organizations that could actually come together to ensure that there's community safety. So we are believing that community partnerships, which would include tripartite kind of strategy, which includes the police, the government need to be on board, the citizens and the communities, even civil society and media like your outfit are very important role player in ensuring the safety and life and properties of people in the community.
So Dr. Mangai, where it is difficult for these police community partnerships to work, what makes it difficult in those particular areas?
So what makes it difficult is if police are not engaging them in the way that they should. You would also recall that the act, the Policing Act of 95, that actually abolished the militarized way of policing by the apartheid regime, actually also endorsed community policing. But so then it means that the police needs to actually come together. They should involve the citizens in a way that is very transparent, in a way that is very clear cut. And areas and places where this is very difficult and is not safe is when there is no much engagement. And also we found community policing members telling us how even resources such as even getting torchlights in the night is sort of a challenge. So resources need to be available to the community policing forum members. It also needs to be available to the police themselves, because we've had instances where police are telling us how it's difficult to get their numbers, to get the needed personnel, and also the vehicles that is available or that is needed for them to actually do their patrolling in a way that is effective. So if there's no enough vehicles for the police, if their numbers are not enough, they are actually very important stakeholders within the community that can actually ensure that this partnership works in a more effective manner.
Right. But where there is a trust deficit, Dr. Mangai, there are many, many communities, particularly communities on the Cape Flats in the Western Cape come to mind, where gangsterism is so rife. And there's been a discussion over many, many years that the reason why police struggle to get gangsterism and drugs under control in particular areas is because of police involvement. So when we talk about building trust between communities and police for this partnership to work, that's where it becomes difficult.
Yes, I do definitely agree with you. And also even our findings actually also find that trust is an impediment to the kind of partnership that would be effective in fighting crime. So we found that the police, some of the police themselves told us how they do compromise privacy of for instance, whistleblowers within the community who would tell them or give them privileged information on certain activities or suspicious activities within the community. And so I think that the issue of trust is a very important issue that we as a people, we as a community need to discuss to sort of get this right. The community must be able to trust the police. Even the CPF members need to also be able to trust the police, that they being the watchdog of the police should be able to get some kind of assurance that the information that they are providing to the police would actually ensure that these criminals are rather the ones apprehended and arrested and eventually prosecuted, rather than the citizens or the community or even the CPS members would now rather be the victims. So they don't feel there's no motivation for them to actually share information. And we know how important information sharing is in crime prevention and crime fight. So there's a need for the police to be able to ensure the safety, and they should also ensure that they rebuild the trust. Communities should be able to trust them. They should be able to work in a manner that is professional, that communities can trust them, and to add to the safety of life and properties.
Absolutely. The pooling of resources, the pooling of information. We know that crime fighting cannot just come from one sphere of the country. Dr. Mary Mangai is with the University of Pretoria. Let me thank you for your time this morning. A study by UP showing that strong policing in community forums and in particularly high-risk cities can help curb crime if there is that partnership between CPFs, communities and police as well.